Hey everybody, how's it all going? Hope you're well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let's get that out there. So, what are we going to talk about in this vast, different, I don't know what, endless um, changes of subjects that I do? I do try and talk a little bit about history and at least my history in IT, etc. And it's kind of weird because in that it isn't weird. It's just my brain. It sometimes goes a little bit that way. But I was thinking earlier today. It's kind of like I think I read a comment something about an older comment going something about uncle whatever I can't remember, but it got me thinking about coming up with some of the things like I remember when I could buy a bag of chips for 15 pence. Now it's like £3. I can remember buying cigarettes. This is when I used to smoke back in the 1980s for 50 pence. I remember paying something like 69 pence for a litre of petrol, and even less actually before that. I can't remember. That's the cheapest I can remember it actually is, but it was cheap before then. I think it's probably more like 50 odd pence when I used to first buy it, but as I can't remember the exact amount. This was back in the late 90s when I was doing a lot of commuting, and I remember it being 69.9 pence a litre. Yeah, I can remember when the first console came out. That was a TV game, really. It was you plugged it into your TV. I had one of the first ones that actually did colour because most before it was black and white, but basically could play Pong. Remember Pong with the ball going backwards and forwards? And they had a motorbike one, which was basically you had a turn knob, which increased the speed, and if you could too much, it used to wheelie. But basically, you had to jump and then land, and that was it. The whole game was that you literally turn it, it goes zoom up and down, and that was it. It was finished. And you either crashed or you made it across. Yeah, so playing Pong. And then I remember getting an Atari 2600, which, to be honest, is probably still my all time favourite console, only because it didn't have the most complex graphic games, etc., but they were very enjoyable, the games it did have. But it was also at a time where it was a new thing. It was computers and consoles were very early days for home that time. And you had things like the Atari 400, Atari 800 computer, a Commodore 64, which I had a little bit later. I don't know if that was at that time actually when the Atari 2600 came out. It might have been a bit later. It might have been the VIC 20. Excuse me. Swallowed the wrong way then. And I remember having a ZX81. But I remember on my Atari 2600 playing Pac Man and Space Invader and stuff like that. And it's probably the same with the Commodore 64. I remember the games being very enjoyable because sometimes you have to wait up to 20 minutes for them to load off a tape, ridiculous amount of time. And then I remember I went to TST and then I went to an Amiga, and I remember some of the games on the Amiga, like Strider, I think it was. These are games that kind of really kept me going for quite a while, and most of them didn't have a save point, so you literally had to, if you were like with Strider, I think there was like about 5 or 6 levels, and it would take you like an hour plus each time just to get back to like level 4 or 5. So you'd end up playing for quite a little time just to get there because there was no save points. And I remember going to the PC when I had things like DOS, running Doom, and all that kind of stuff. And there's been a lot of games I've enjoyed playing. I must admit on the PC. Back in the day, I haven't really been a gamer for a number of years now, only because I just don't have the time. I used to love playing the Battlefield series, and although I don't have the very latest, the last one I bought was, I think, is it 2042 or something like that? The one before the current one, 6. I did contemplate, but the price again is just ridiculous. You used to pay £20, £30 a game, and now they're like 60. That's just my old age coming out now, going, oh, I remember back in the day when you could buy. Actually, I can remember half pences. I remember in the early days. I was born in I was born in 1970, so the early 70s, and going to school I started school about 75, 74, 75, having half pences, and you could literally go to a shop and buy, I think it's like a sweet for half a pence, or you can buy like 3 sweets for £1. So with 5 pence, you could get like 15 sweets, a little, pick and mix. But they were bigger then as well. So yeah, it's just ridiculous how times have changed, and the cost. And I mean, there's always obviously been a cost hike over the last number of years anyway, but the cost is just ridiculous. Which is why when I'm about to put together a website and release my first app into the world, I want to release that's solely from my own sort of build. I say that loosely because AI helped a bit, or a lot. But when I put that in the real world, I want to start it off cheap. I want to kind of, there are apps that do very similar, though this is actually a plugin extension for Chrome. The apps that do things that are very similar, big brand, big names, and they cost, X amount per month. And yeah, I do want to offer a model which you could probably try at a cheaper rate for, a year. I think the year cost would probably be less than a month on these big ones. But I'm also going to have a little trial, maybe a month's trial for $1 or something stupid. And also a lifetime, which again will probably be cheaper than even a few months of some of them. The point being, I want to, it may not be as fully featured at the moment as some of these bigger ones, but these are tools that I've written that I want to use that are for me. And I thought, well, let's maybe see if other people would enjoy using it, and maybe go back to the slightly older times where you could buy things at a good value of price. So yeah, look out for that. I might do a video on that soon. I've still got to build a website, and I specifically have a WordPress app built for the whole kind of like process of purchasing and accounts and stuff, because I wanted to kind of make it very unique to me and the tool. So yeah, look out for that, and that may be in a future video, just showing you an overview of what it is and how useful it is. And it's also a bring your own license tool, by the way, because it uses AI, and I didn't want to kind of have this whole kind of like pricing thing where you gotta go, oh, you've got to give me $30 a month to be able to use 2,000 words or whatever. I prefer kind of having the bring your own license, because it works out very cheap that way. I was testing it, and I think in all my testing I probably have used less than 50 pence worth of credits with OpenAI, so it's quite cheap to use, unless you're a heavy user, obviously. But anyway, that's more for a future video. I've done enough rambling this week. Bitcoin mining still going. I keep seeing these posts about people and videos posted about people going DGB blocks, and I keep thinking, oh, it would be nice to see a block, but then I think it's like $2. Is it really worth my time and effort? I know that one of the tools I use to watch my hash rate estimates that I could probably get 6 blocks a month, which is probably like about $12, but is it really worth it? That's my point. But anyway, I'll gonna go now. I will catch you all next week. Bye for now.